The healthcare revolution is here. Whether you like it or not, it's here. It's happening. I used to think it was coming, but no, it's already happening and probably already happened. Okay, so let's talk about it. So, me being a pharmacist, I like to pay attention a lot to what's going on in my profession, but I believe it not only impacts me as a pharmacist or pharmacy, it impacts all of healthcare. So, the first thing that I noticed, or I think that's important for anybody that's listening to this, that's watching this video, to follow, is what big tech corporations are doing. All right, Sam Altman, the former CEO of OpenAI, so that's basically that company that's running ChatGPT. You probably heard about it, Chat, capital G, capital P, capital T. All right, ChatGPT, that platform that you can just put in information and just spews out stuff, right? You can ask it a question and tell you stuff. You can ask it to edit, it'll edit something. It's actually a platform I use a lot, and he was the CEO of that company, and he was let go, and now he is teaming up with Microsoft. And the reason why that is big is because Microsoft has Microsoft Teams, which if you work in a hospital setting, a lot of hospitals use Microsoft Teams, Microsoft Outlook, which means his brain, his technology, when it comes to artificial intelligence, will now be incorporated even more in Microsoft's technology, which is going to be big. So this is something that I think right now, if you're in healthcare, you need to start playing around with AI. You need to start playing around with ChatGPT and different software forms so you can understand how to prompt, because the key to any artificial intelligence software is the prompt. So basically the questions that you ask. You need to ask proper questions to get the best answer possible for this scenario or the situation that you're describing, right? And so I'm still perfecting my craft, and that's something I would highly recommend you do, because if you become great at prompt engineering, you'll probably have a leg up on other pharmacists or other people within your profession, because that's probably going to play a big role in the different platforms or softwares that Microsoft will roll out within healthcare. Okay? Healthcare technology revolution. It's here. So that's one. Monitor the big techs. Another big tech corporation is Amazon. Buying up Whole Foods. They just announced a $10 healthcare plan. Like, that is crazy. That is crazy cheap and affordable for most people. I have no idea how good that plan is, but I do know Amazon also is running pharmacies. So now you get health insurance through them, and you're gonna get your medications from them, and they deliver their medications to your front door, probably faster than any other delivery service. I'd be worried if I was a mail order pharmacy. Amazon is here. So you need to kind of pay attention to this, because if you're thinking about working for a mail order pharmacy, or you're thinking about doing something that's new, innovative, creative, Amazon is really cooking up some interesting things that I believe will be a big impact within pharmacy, because they can deliver meds faster than anybody. They have already pharmacists, and now they have a very cheap healthcare plan. Yeah, you're not going to be going to CVS, you're not going to be going to Walgreens. So if I'm working retail, I might want to start considering switching to Amazon. Now, it might be a little bit early, right? It might be a little early, but if I was a pharmacy student or someone interested in pharmacy, that's a company I want to pay attention to, because in the long run, they could become very, very big in the healthcare space. So one of the things you definitely want to look at, big tech corporations. Microsoft, with everything they'll probably be incorporating with artificial intelligence within their Microsoft Outlook and Teams platform, and definitely Amazon with everything they're cooking up with the health insurance delivery, and also with the ability that they have within pharmacy to be able to provide prescriptions. So, of course, there's big tech, but there's also small tech. And by small tech, I mean more in a sense of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is big. I'm seeing more and more pharmacist coaches, pharmacist consultants, different interesting things that you can do within pharmacy that people are doing as a side hustle or as a side gig to create more revenue. And maybe eventually that could create more money than working as a pharmacist at a typical hospital or retail setting. So that's something that is exciting. That's part of that healthcare revolution. So you can definitely just go on Instagram, Even you can tune into this channel. We've had some episodes with a pharmacist coach. So there's different opportunities that are out there that exist. And it's because the healthcare revolution is here. Technology and healthcare is changing the game. It's changing the landscape. So that's a big thing right there. Another thing I want to talk about is job opportunities. I believe for pharmacists, it's going to be exciting because there's going to be so many different careers that you could be pursuing, right? So I mentioned a pharmacist coach, I mentioned like consultant, but you could probably do a lot of remote work because of the advancement in technology. You may not even have to go into work. You could be at a remote virtual site and just like have a patient go into your CVS. You have robots doing all the dispensing, and then they need counseling information, and then they call you, and it's like an iPad or something like that, and then boom, they see your face and you do the consulting that way. And you don't have to even physically be at the location. Or maybe you will be part of, I know there's like different digital technology or digital healthcare technology corporations where they're creating videos on information, right? So instead of you having to call a pharmacist, there's now, you can just like search a med and it's a video describing the side effects, maybe when you should go see a doctor, if you're taking this medication, what is it used for? All those questions that you might have for a pharmacist, you can get from like a digital health platform. Job opportunities, it's different. Now for pharmacists, I believe it's great. What I am worried about though is the pharmacy technicians. Because I work per diem at a long-term care facility. And that pharmacy, they purchase a big machine. I don't remember the name of it, but it does a lot of the filling of medications. So now techs don't have to focus on that. They literally have techs now kind of focus on making sure the machine is running properly. So if there's any issues with the machine, they're kind of there to like fix it. Not if it's a software, the company who made the machine will do it. But if it's like more, maybe like a small physical mix up or issue, like they're able to do it and some minor things. So techs are being trained to do less of the tech work and more of a engineer type work, which I find very interesting. And that's something that is probably going to be happening going forward. I believe retail will probably do the same thing. It's probably a lot cheaper and a lot more affordable on their side to have a machine that does all the work, because that machine is on the clock in and out. You don't have to worry about that machine calling out. You don't have to worry about that machine getting sick. It's just, can you fix it? So you literally have techs there just to like fix and operate this machine instead of actually doing the job that technicians usually do. And then you can even incorporate probably artificial intelligence, going back to the big tech companies like Microsoft, that they can incorporate like voicemails to be able to respond and triage calls that are coming in. You know, most places you call now, they don't even have a person pick up the phone. It's all basically artificial intelligence coordinating the phone call. So it's kind of scary, in my opinion, for techs, unless you're interested in probably like some type of engineering type things. But for the pharmacist, I think it's very exciting. And for all of healthcare, I think in general, it's exciting, but you just have to be willing to transition and kind of switch things up, because there's a lot that's going on right now. And so the job opportunities, it's big. It's big. So that's something that I definitely wanted to highlight. So big tech corporations, you want to watch that. Small tech corporations, you want to watch that. And the job opportunities that are existing, you definitely want to stay tuned with those, right? And let's see if there's anything else I want to talk about. When it comes to this technology space, man, it's game changing. It's game changing, and we got to make sure that we're comfortable with technology, whether you like it or not. And not just like cell phones, not just iPhones and Samsungs. I'm talking artificial intelligence. You got to start playing with it. You got to get a grasp for it. Start prompt engineering, because it's big. It's big. It's going to play a big, big role in healthcare. And so I want to make sure you understand that and you kind of be forward thinking, because if you're not forward thinking in 5 years time, I think the pharmacy that we think of, I think that's going to kind of be dying out. And it's going to be a whole new wave. Okay. A whole new wave. So I'm just trying to get y'all to think a little bit outside of the box. Not saying it's a bad profession. I'm just saying you got to be with the times and excited for the change that could be happening within the profession. So definitely continue to monitor those big tech companies, monitor the small tech companies, look at the different job opportunities that exist, because the landscape is changing. If you ask me, the landscape already changed. It's just now it's starting to come to the forefront. Now you're starting to hear about it. So that's why I wanted to kind of do a video on this, kind of talk about that healthcare revolution that's happening right now in pharmacy with technology. Because to some it's scary, but to me, honestly, I think it's exciting. I think it's a beautiful thing. And the more willing you are to accept it and the more you're willing to start getting involved in it, I believe you'll be able to separate yourself from everybody that's applying for jobs, because you're going to have so much experience in all these different artificial intelligent technologies, all these different technologies in general. It's going to be big. And then one of the fields I would say, just thinking in pharmacy, information technology. I think that might be a very big growing field soon with the way things are going. And you could probably even see this in the different healthcares, right? A lot of hospitals I've noticed are updating their softwares, whether it's Meditech, Cerner, Epic. It's involving a lot more smart technology. A lot of less busy work on your side, like the verification side or ordering side, and more smart form technology where things are just a lot easier, a lot quicker, a lot more transparent. You're not searching for things. It's all kind of like right there in front of you. And it's kind of flagging you. It's notifying you of all the different things you need to work on. Maybe it's a renal dose adjustment. Maybe it's an IV to PO. It's like, it's so smart. It's like it's talking to you and just giving you some advice and some tips on what to do. So I think it's exciting. I just briefly want to talk about it with everything that's going on right now in the big tech corporations, everything I'm seeing right now on Instagram, on TikTok, and all these smaller tech, on like the smaller technology space, and then what I'm seeing in the job market. So that's basically it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. If you have any questions or you want to talk about this further, please feel free to message me at @new_CapsuleRx podcast on all platforms, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. You can always feel free to email me, capsulerxpodcast@gmail.com. Thank you guys for listening. I appreciate it. And if you like this content, you already know. You have to like, you have to subscribe, you got to share it with your peeps. And just thank you for the support. I greatly appreciate it.